joining us for Your Voice, Your Stories. I'm Megan Knight. Each week we highlight important issues impacting your community and introduce you to people who are working to make our neighborhoods better. So here's what's on tap for tonight. A neighborhood in Baltimore County hired its own private security to do patrols, how those officers are reducing crime and also bringing goodwill.
Businesses are being told they need to pay to be in good standing with the state, how these fake letters keep circulating and why they're so convincing.
They're preparing to unveil what's called the Say My Name Memorial here near the old Crownsville State Hospital, where hundreds of people were buried over the decades in unmarked graves.
But first, whether it's serving their country or serving their neighbors, some veterans never stop giving back.
I'm Sarah Williams, your Voice for Veterans reporter, and out here in the Ashburton community, there's a group of veterans trying to improve it one tree at a time.
Saturday mornings in Ashburton, a team of veterans trade uniforms for gloves. Committed to improving their neighborhood one green space at a time.
I want to start a group for veterans so we can do things they have to support the community, like cutting grass, planting trees, helping out any way we can possibly do.
James Moore, or JD, served in the Marine Corps for 22 years, including as a tunnel rat in Vietnam. Now he's digging for a different reason, planting trees and connection. A connection he's made with several veterans in Ashburton, including John Donahoe, a new addition to the group.
Finding Ashburton, it's a hidden gem.
John Donahoe, a Marine Corps veteran who moved to Ashburton from Washington State, says he's found something special here.
Even though we come from different communities, we all have something in common, and that's the service.
And digging a little deeper, in addition to improving their neighborhood, veterans are also connected to support.
I always like to keep veterans involved and stuff, because one thing about us is that if we don't stay active, find some kind of support group and stuff like that, we'll drink ourselves to death. That's one of the drawbacks of being in the military, or being, just being in combat and stuff like that.
Navy veteran Aaron Johnson is one of the younger volunteers, now back in Baltimore after 13 years of service.
Mr. James had told me about the veterans organization he was starting. We were going to give back to the community and plant some trees, right? So something that I thought was a great idea, plant some trees to actually bring some, well-deserved oxygen to the city.
He says joining the group helped him find a purpose in civilian life.
So when I separated, I was kind of missing that bond that I had with service members. So being in this organization and working with those guys every day, sharing some of our stories, and then also just sharing how we can progress as we transition from out of the military life. So it's been a great experience for me.
These veterans say their mission continues in a different uniform, but with the same heart.
As veterans, we are made that sacrifice to give to our community, to give to our nation, right? So being able to give to your community and provide something positive for them is a wonderful experience, and something I think will help out greatly.
White glove service. And JD says that he hopes this tradition not only continues here in the Ashburton Village community, but also throughout Baltimore City. That way we can see more neighbors loving on their neighbors. In Ashburton Village, Sarah Williams, WMAR 2 News.
How you doing? Looks good.
Officer Joseph Hillary and Officer Sean Rock are on foot patrol in downtown Towson 5 days a week, curbing loitering, checking in with businesses, and building relationships. The route also includes the weekly farmers market.
It makes me feel good to be part of the community and make people feel safe.
The officers work for a private security firm contracted by the Towson Chamber of Commerce, which also has installed 50 security cameras downtown.
It makes me feel very good that we're making the difference in the community-wise, making everyone feel safe, attract more people here in Towson. You want more people to be welcome.
Longtime vendors like Patricia Stinchcomb have noticed a difference since the patrol officers became a fixture last year.
There was a lot of people out here before they came that were not real trustworthy. Can I say that? They've done a great job. I feel completely great because I know that I don't have any problems. They're my buds.
The Chamber has received more than $700,000 in county and state grants for public safety in the last 4 years, and leaders say it's paying off.
They're like our community ambassadors. so that people feel welcome. They get to know all the merchants in Towson. They'll stop in and visit with them. If they see anybody that looks suspicious, they'll stay around to make sure that they move along.
While they're unarmed, they are equipped with body cameras and communicate regularly with local police. It's a place they love to protect.
How you doing, buddy? How you doing? How you doing?
In Towson, Maria Morales, WMAR2 News.
They're preparing to unveil what's called the Say My Name Memorial. I'm Jeff Hager in Crownsville, where the county is prepared to pay tribute to hundreds of people buried in unmarked graves near the old state hospital. It's been shut down for more than 20 years now, but Janice Hayes Williams will never forget the day she contacted the Crownsville State Hospital, trying to find out what had become of a late family member named George Phelps.
They said, we have a cemetery and it needs work. So I called my uncle. I said, I'm going. This was 2001. And the tears, when we looked down and all we saw was numbers, no name.
Hayes Williams learned that beginning in 1912 and spanning the decades marred by the Jim Crow laws in this country, the unclaimed bodies of African Americans were buried in unmarked graves in a remote cemetery on the property. She founded a group called the Friends of Crownsville Hospital Patient Cemetery, devoted to learning their identities.
Maryland State Archives gave us a room, and we discovered 1,727 people.
The county convinced the state to transfer ownership of the more than 500-acre property to repurpose it, complete with a memorial park to help right an old wrong.
This memorial at the gravesite and this whole telling the story of Crownsville and turning it into a place of healing is absolutely brings people together across racial divides, across all kinds of, it really gets at the core of humanity.
The ongoing work to try to identify these unmarked graves has inspired one state lawmaker to try to expand upon that effort well beyond Crownsville.
They're calling me the delegate of the dead.
Delegate Gary Simmons is seeking money and new laws to protect such sacred burial sites.
And we need to make sure that we're working with our churches, working with the Catholic Church, and all folks to identify unmarked graves or graves that have been relocated, for the purpose of building, right? So we have to keep an eye on that too, that industry, to make sure that all these open spaces, that there's somebody there.
In September, Hayes Williams will return to the cemetery to unveil what will be known as the Say My Name Memorial.
16 tons of black granite, all the names, the year, and the state you were born in.
Respect for those who found little in life at the hospital or in death.
You can't go to a cemetery and give respect if you don't know who's there. So this is for the families across the nation that are looking for Uncle Bob. He went to Maryland. We never heard from him again. He's there.
In Crownsville, Jeff Hager, WMAR2 News.
These letters use jargon, barcodes, the real business entity number, official titles to make owners think this is the real deal. And a business owner who temporarily lost his good standing after missing a step in the process paid the fee, thinking he was doing it right this time around.
The letter seemed standard. It instructed Kevin Salazar to pay $150 in accordance with the business laws of the state of Maryland.
It's like a full-time job on a regular basis, just making sure you're in good standing, making sure everything's met, your licenses.
He missed the deadline once, costing him his good standing temporarily, and he didn't want that to happen again.
So when I got the letter, I was just like, let me make sure I do it before I mess up again, and send the money off, and like 2 months later, they sent over another one. And it caught me off guard. So I tried to call them. Their phone just rings and rings. It doesn't actually connect to nobody.
We tried to, no answer.
And then I Googled it online to the telephone number, the email address, and it came back that it was fake.
And there are several of these fake letters making the rounds.
50 scam reports from business owners in the past year just since January of 2025. So this is happening so frequently that there must be multiple people, multiple actors, participating in this scam.
Clay Campbell, director of marketing for the Better Business Bureau of Greater Maryland, said scammers take different approaches, but they always include a fee.
Our service area has 90,000 businesses, so if they're asking for $90, $100, $125 from these businesses, and they get a small fraction of that, of those people responding with that payment, they're making a lot of money.
Kevin said he helped his friend set up his business, and almost immediately he received the same letter.
If he got it within like a month of opening the company, I could just imagine how many people are actually getting that letter.
And Kevin knows what's at stake. Corporations and LLCs need good standing status to legally operate in the state.
And is it that easy that you can just pay a fee and you're automatically in good standing with the state?
So you do have to file paperwork with the state. Information about your business is required from the State Department of Assessment and Taxation. It does require a small fee. It is not hundreds of dollars. It's a nominal fee.
And all entities must submit an annual report and personal property tax return every year to SDAT. This yearly process leaves room for fraudsters. Kevin warning other owners to call the state or BBB before sending money.
SM Concrete's been around since 2008. So we're not new, and they hit us like 3 or 4 times with that letter. So it's not just new, it's everybody they're going after. And if somebody doesn't know what they're doing, they can get caught real quick.
The State Department of Assessments and Taxation has a checklist to help you check if you're in good standing and lets you know what steps you need to take to get there. In Baltimore, Mallory Safaste, WMAR 2 News.
A Howard County church catches fire after a lightning strike. The vulnerability hiding beneath the floors that could be in your home, too.
I'm Janae Wright, and I'll show you how DoorDashers in Maryland are now eligible to get benefits like paid time off, health, vision, and dental insurance, and money towards retirement.
Watching WMAR 2 News, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back to Your Voice, Your Stories. Where's Waldo? Well, he's hiding in 24 places in one Baltimore County town. We'll tell you where you can go to find him. Plus, a vital community resource is back open. After months of renovations, we look at the upgraded White Marsh Library branch. But first, a church in Howard County is being rebuilt after a lightning strike caused a fire beneath the floor, and it was a vulnerability underground that's to blame.
Here is the church, here is the steeple, but open the doors and there are no people. Pastor Ken Page of the First Presbyterian Church of Howard County says it'll be that way for a while.
We had lightning that got into the ground and then came into the building through a gas pipe, fairly large one since it's a large commercial building. It then blew its way out of the gas pipe and started a geyser of fire in the fellowship hall under our church sanctuary.
Page says the fire alarm stayed silent because the fire was just above the sprinkler system, buried beneath the floor. He says he and another employee were luckily there to catch it before it got worse.
It could have taken the whole place up and could have injured people or killed people. So there's anxiety and grief, but it's certainly not as bad as it could be.
These incidents are actually very common.
Celeste Flynn and Sarah Laird, 2 widows who lost their firefighter husbands due to these kinds of fires, have made it their life mission to raise awareness about the susceptibility of corrugated stainless steel tubing, or CSST pipes, through their nonprofit Phoenix Advocates.
The wall of the stainless steel portion of it is very thin. So in cases when we have this electrical activity like lightning storms, there is a high chance that if energy does reach that structure, the CSST could fail.
They say it can also create gas leaks that can lead to explosions. Since 2018, the pair has tracked 40 cases of CSST pipe-related fires in Maryland.
So based on the laws that these 2 women have helped pass in Maryland in the last couple of years, you shouldn't be able to buy, sell, or transfer this first generation of CSST pipe, that being the one that is wrapped in yellow tubing. But I just got done checking out the Home Depot here in Ellicott City, and there is an entire shelf of it.
They're working on toughening up enforcement. They hope all 3 generations of CSST pipes will eventually be banned, but for now, they recommend switching to black iron pipe instead.
Even if there's nobody injured or no loss of life, it can be very traumatic for a family to lose their home. And anytime first responders, firefighters have to operate on the fire ground, they're in danger.
Meanwhile, at First Presbyterian, the repairs are anticipated to take the next 6 to 12 months. From restoring smoke-damaged pews, replacing grand pianos, and fixing structural damage.
That was part of our worry and will be a significant part of the reconstruction, is to put sister beams, companion beams next to them and weld them together.
Stronger together. Page says multiple offers from nearby churches since have served as a powerful reminder that it's not always just about the space, but it's the people that keep the faith strong. In Howard County, Blair Sable, WMAR 2 News.
Monday, DoorDash launched the expansion of its portable benefits savings program in Maryland for Dashers. This means Dashers who completed at least 100 deliveries and earned at least $1,000 from April through June of this year before tips can open a Stride Save account in July and put up to 4% of their earnings towards things like healthcare, retirement, vision insurance, and more. Drivers like Tilnika Singletary say they are excited for this opportunity.
I pay for dental insurance, so it would help with that. I fund my business. It would help with that. I love the homeless, so I could be able to donate more for the homeless because that's my ministry.
Not only is DoorDash helping with those benefits, but the program also offers other benefits like paid time off. All of these benefits are to help people who may rely on dashing as a main source of income.
It's not a 9-to-5 job, so you can dash when you want. If you have children, you can, dash when you want and take care of them at the same time. Me personally, I have an autistic son, so this helped me out so much with him because I was able to dash as well as put him through school, which he's now in college.
DoorDash announced the expansion of the program, all thanks to the support and partnership of Governor Wes Moore, who said in a statement, quote, "Maryland looks forward to seeing the results of this innovative pilot program. My administration will continue to prioritize building a thriving economy that works for all Marylanders and a more vibrant state." And that support doesn't go unnoticed by Dashers.
We're not just talking about anybody, we talk about Governor Wes Moore, you know what I mean? And him backing it, it makes it more encouraging. When you've got people like that in authority backing something, it's like, okay, this thing is the real deal,
Now that the program has officially launched, Dashers should be on the lookout for emails from DoorDash on how they can sign up to get these benefits. Janae Wright, WMAR 2 News.
I'm Jack Watson in Catonsville, where we found Waldo, and you can too, and support local business at the same time this July. As youngsters, we'd walk into a place like this and ask, "Where's Waldo?" This month, the answer is Catonsville. He's all over the place at Growing Minds Bookstore. Let's check here. Catonsville Piece of Pizza. Found him.
Well, Find Waldo Local is a chance for families to come out and engage with the local businesses in town. It's a free activity for them, and it's just a lot of fun.
Jennifer Matthews owns Growing Minds Bookstore on Winters Lane in Catonsville and tells me Candlewick Press, Waldo's publisher, sponsors it, encouraging folks to shop local. Waldo's back for the 4th time around here in Catonsville in July, usually a more quiet month for business.
Yes, very much a slower month, but this is a lot of fun because it brings everybody out. It gets people in your stores and gets them into places they might not have been before.
He's tough to find at Better World Imaginarium on Frederick Road. Got him. To the right of the chair.
It's a nice opportunity for them to go into different businesses. People who haven't been here before find out about my business because of this, and vice versa. I promote this and people are just learning about Growing Minds Bookstore for the first time.
Families can pick up this passport at the bookstore or a handful of other spots and cross off each new place they find him. Not only does it help drum up buzz about our local shops, but it introduces the bespectacled character to a new generation.
It's a fun way to get people engaged with Waldo books, which most of us as parents read when we were kids. So it's kind of getting the next, and it helps support your local businesses.
The search for Waldo runs all through July, and families get a party on August 1st at the bookstore, no matter how many Waldos they find. In Catonsville, Jack Watson, WMAR 2 News.
Community resource is back open in White Marsh, and visitors are very happy to have it back.
After about 3 months of renovations, the White Marsh branch with Baltimore County Public Library is back open. I'm WMAR 2 News' Cara Burnett with a look at some of the changes, as well as which locations are next up for upgrades.
There's so many books, and I really like to read.
6-year-old Harper is heading straight to the books, but visitors will also notice a more open entryway, new flooring and lighting, a meeting room with updated tech, and even a renovated family restroom and adult changing station.
There's family bathrooms, and you can't go wrong. Like as a mom with 2 little ones, we kind of need that.
Christina Freeman and her son have been waiting to sign up for summer reading.
It's been something that I've been putting off because this branch is close to my home and it hasn't been open.
But the space is more than just a place for books. Martin Zimmerowski was the first person through the doors.
I'm looking for a job. I'm semi-retired.
He's been traveling to other branches just to check his email.
The internet is very convenient right now. There was a time when I used the library primarily for reading material and books on tape. It was a very affordable avenue when things were tight for me.
Renovations have been rolling out in phases with a new service desk and shelving already in place. And new furniture for the children's section is coming soon.
Oh my God, we love books and we love the libraries. So yeah, we're really excited about this.
I like Audible books and chapter books, but only the chapter books with like pictures.
With pictures, wow, you know.
Well, sometime I'll get used to like word books.
Library staff stayed engaged with the community throughout the closure.
We still went over to the Towson tent at the Avenue. We did story times throughout the community.
The White Marsh renovation cost $580,000, funded through state grants, Baltimore County money, and fundraising efforts.
Like much of Baltimore County, some of our buildings are aging and their infrastructure is a little older.
But the construction doesn't stop here.
We are super excited about renovating and expanding our Woodlawn branch, and that will start this fall, and it's going to take about 18 months.
A temporary space will open on Security Boulevard to serve the community while the work is underway. Then Randallstown is up next.
We are moving down Liberty Road, and it's going to be a $53 million renovation, our largest by far to date. And then following that up, we have our Essex branch.
Cara Burnett, WMAR 2 News.
If you have stories you'd like us to cover, we would love to hear from you. Email us at storyideas@wmar.com. And that's going to do it for us. I'm Megan Knight. Be sure to tune in again next week for Your Voice, Your Stories.